Welcome to another Trading Psychology podcast episode. This is season 5, episode 6, Motivation Management. Action without thought is mindlessness. Success is achieved by developing our strengths, not by eliminating our weaknesses. I often compare trading to life and life to trading. The similarities exist because of human sentiment. So what is meant by developing our strengths? Well, it's a lot to do with understanding the different levels of discipline required. Having this clarity helps maintain motivation because by around week 2, you start to fade and return to your old ways. Discipline to self-discipline. Trading can sometimes feel like you're in a battle against the market. It's an ongoing war. I have found most competent traders can demonstrate a string of winners. Some variables will differ from person to person. This is where self-discipline sets apart a good trader from a consistently great trader. Managing risk and drawdown during a challenging period is a prime example where it can often become a battle of wills. Your resilience is tested to what you initially deem to be breaking point. Often it's nothing more than a stress test to measure how you cope. Experiencing this pressure and realizing you can handle it, however, is a defining and extremely motivating factor. Game changer, in fact, life-changing, an overwhelming sense of invincibility almost. This is when you become seasoned. This is when it all starts to change for you. Action without thought is mindlessness, but when measured, can flip this on its head. The key is consistency, without stating the obvious. Once you cross this line and overcome what feels like a mammoth hurdle, success follows. 5 points to consider. 1. Journaling. This has proved itself to have many long-term benefits, helping the brain retain key info by identifying repetitive patterns of recognition through simple data collation. Businesses usually track and measure performance in various forms. This is essentially what we are doing, what you are doing. Point 2, find a mentor. Learn from someone who can exemplify your strengths and help to reinforce your belief system into leveling up and achieving your goals. I'm still putting together my final team of 20, so if you want to join, you can always inquire. Point 3, apply and amplify. Set goals and take on challenges that allow you to exercise your strengths. Collaborate and partner with like-minded individuals along with your mentor. Similar to my community and team of traders, for example, where there is a real sense of belonging to something much bigger than ourselves. Point 4, observe what energizes you. What is your passion? What drives you each day? What do you look forward to achieving? What do you get up for? When you have a dream and when you have identified a purpose, it changes your life. Everything starts to make sense because you are no longer playing by someone else's rules. All the work you do is for a meaningful reason that makes it feel worthwhile. There's no more counting down the hours, no more having to force yourself out of bed in the mornings. You give yourself the kind of motivation that matters to you. Point 5. Make a to-do list for the day, week, month, quarter, year. Be mindful of targets. Operate like a business. January is always the perfect time to do all this, but you can begin anytime. Reflect on past successes. Think about past and recent trades, for example, or past wins in life. Write all these things down. Have this to-do list, so that you can focus on what it is you need to do. Otherwise, what happens is you take a few days off, you go away for the weekend, you come back and you don't even get motivated for Mondays and Monday mornings, and you miss out on opportunities because you're procrastinating and you're not focusing on any given chores or list that you were supposed to have written out. So, the key here is to note what were the key drivers or moments where you excelled in like previously, and had you engaged in a state of flow. This will ultimately help you push past the first few weeks and keep you motivated. Motivation. This is a powerful, necessary tool you have at your disposal. Knowing how to manage it then is a serious business. We're not talking woolly notions or idle daydreams, but a rock solid foundation for you to build your entire life around. It's a big deal. Procrastination does feature in all we do because we're not machines. So taking time away for family, fun and some much needed downtime and just to celebrate success is all integral to resetting and recharge your motivation. Don't feel guilty about taking time out, but do not, and this I say this with real discipline or real meaning and passion. Do not forget that discipline is all about reminding yourself what you want most, really, versus what you want now, I guess. And you've heard that before. So instant gratification is okay, providing it is not at the expense of your dreams. Summary. You need clarity in how you think about your goals, and you need the discipline in how you define it, as mentioned multiple times. Plus a solid dose of perseverance, as doing the work is the shortcut. Remove any excuses that prevent you from first pursuing your goals, then ultimately achieving your goals. Do not strive for perfection at any point during this process. That's a fallacy which will have you chasing your tail. Also, learn to embrace fear. The reason why we love trading is because it presses you harder than anything else to grapple with your fears of failing, of losing, of being made to feel like a loser. Don't shy away from this. It's all part of the game of life. So exercise your risk muscle and push on up through adversity. And know if and when it gets too much, which will be often, allow it. Reach out to me for a chat and just reset and recharge if need be, because we always will go again and again and again. So accept this to be the way and don't fret about the small stuff.